G'day, welcome back to my Ultimate Survivor series. This is part 2 of my 100 days challenge on Extinction. Can I defeat the Alpha King Titan by day 100? Let's find out. Day 52 begins with me healing up my gigas after I've killed all of the 3 smaller titans. Then I continue my mass giga breeding. I'm going to keep most of this stuff behind the scenes because obviously it's pretty boring, and I'm not really going for mutations this time, mostly just because the King Titan basically 1 or 2 shots the gigas, so they don't live long enough for the mutations to matter. Yeah. Day 53, and I'm up on this hill at the end of the city in between the snow and desert biome. If you go right to the top, there's a really great spot here where a lot of big corrupted dinos spawn, and particularly the enraged corrupted Rexes. I think you have to kill like 20 or 30 of these for their alpha tributes to summon the King Titan. So I'm going to be up here quite a lot doing that. Plus, farming the Corrupted Hearts here is really good, and all the other tributes like the Wyvern Talons and Spinosails and such. After collecting all those Corrupted Hearts, I go down to the Forest Titan's cave, so I can kill him once again. I have to kill each Titan 3 times, so I've got to kill the Forest Titan 1 more time after this, and the Ice and Desert Titan 2 more times. My gigas make very short work of this fight. Day 54, and I'm back at the enraged Rex spot, just farming more corrupted hearts and more tributes. That's all I did this day. Day 55, and I'm in the Ice Titan cave because, yep, you guessed it, I'm killing the Ice Titan again. Another extremely easy fight with these insane gigas. On day 56, I went to take down the Desert Titan for the second time. Now I've just got to kill all of the Titans again once more, and I've got all the tributes I need for the Gamma, Beta, and Alpha King Titan. On day 57, I saw a red drop, so I grabbed Athena to come and do it. I've done a couple of these already, so I know Athena is more than capable. This one was pretty annoying because there was a big ledge that the dinos kept falling down and getting stuck behind, so every wave would take way longer because there was dinos stuck. And then at the end I had a bit of a trouble with these enraged trikes, but eventually they did go down. The loot I got was pretty mediocre, but I got a lot of good resources, and more corrupted hearts are always welcome. On day 58, I found a purple drop, and because the red drops have been so easy so far, I thought I'd give it a go. And literally on the second wave, I got dropped down to almost half health by just Paraceratheriums and Stegos. And then on the third wave I saw Reapers coming and just decided, nah, like it, I was definitely gonna die. A level 500 Reaper, no thank you. But the day wasn't a complete bust because I did stumble across this Quetzal, so I netted it, trapped it, and tamed her up with some kibble, because I need a Quetzal for an important task later. Day 59, and I went to kill the Desert Titan for the last time. Then on day 60, I did another red drop, and 4 enraged trikes spawned together, and I was just getting absolutely melted. So I had to ditch the drop because I didn't want to lose Athena. But yeah, I don't understand why sometimes 4 of them spawn together and sometimes none of them spawn. So after that, I went and took out my frustrations on the Forest Titan, and he went down very easily for the last time. I took down the Ice Titan for its final time on day 61. Now I've done all 3 Titans 3 times each. He actually put up a pretty good fight this time, and he almost killed one of my Gigas. I think one more hit and it probably would have died. I had to do a massive meat run on day 62 because I've got a bunch of Gigas raising, but as I get back to base, they all started dying. I was too slow with the food and a bunch of them starved to death. Oops. Thankfully, I've just kept my Gigas on breeding this whole series so far, so I've got a crap ton of eggs stored in the fridge. With all these Gigas I'm raising, I'm gonna need some saddles. So, on day 63 and 64, all I did was farm for those saddles. After 2 hours of farming, I was able to make a whopping 25 saddles. Not very much, but it's a start. Day 65, and I've got 3 batches of Gigas going. I've got this batch here that have started their raising process. I've got another batch that I've raised and leveled, and I'm throwing them out at the King Titan terminal so they can naturally heal to full. Then I've got the last batch, which is fully raised and imprinted. I just have to level them all. So I just eat a few baby Karch and pump all into melee because that's the only thing that matters on a Giga, because when you put points into health or stamina, you get basically nothing. So only pump melee. Then on day 66, I need to make a bunch of polymer for some things I gotta craft. So I went out and farmed a bunch of obsidian and went back to make all the polymer I need. I found another purple drop on day 67 and I wanted to try my hand at it once again. So I brought a mate boosted Karch and my 6 Titan killing Gigas. It started off okay, but the Gigas were just eating the OSD. So after one wave, they dropped the OSD health by 30,000 health. Plus, they would just keep getting stuck on each other. I could probably do the purple drops with the Gigas, but I'd need to be way more organized. Maybe if I set some whistle groups or something, I could do it, but yeah, I kind of failed this time around. So after that failure, I went and grabbed my chainsaw so I could farm a bunch of hide to make more saddles for my Gigas. Day 68, and I woke up with an intent to kill. I took my mate boosted Karches and went to the Forbidden Zone to kill everything in sight. I need a stack of corrupted hearts and tributes to summon the King Titan. So I spent the whole day here killing everything, and it was pretty efficient. I managed to gather a lot of hearts, and I also managed to gather a lot of meat so I could raise more Gigas and heal the ones that are low health. Then a meteor shower started, so I decided to not risk it and I rushed back home. With all the polymer and metal I've farmed, I can now on day 69 make the apprentice cannon module for my mech. This bad boy is going to become very useful in some future tasks. I spent all of day 70 back in the Forbidden Zone just farming for more corrupted hearts. I can't state enough how many corrupted hearts you actually need to do the Alpha King Titan. Day 71, I decided to do another red drop. It's just another way to get corrupted hearts for me at the moment, but it also gives quite a lot of resources. I don't care too much about the loot at this point, but getting the polymer and the metal and the hearts is really handy. and sometimes you get a good piece of loot. Then for the rest of day 71, I went down into the forest biome and harvested all of the beaver dams for their cementing paste. There is so many beaver dams down in this spot. I then spent pretty much all of day 72 farming more metal and more obsidian. And on that evening, I set up a sacrificial Giga and my mech at the Ice Titans arena. For me and the Ice Titan are about to have a showdown. I work my way through the cave and I get to the terminal. I put in everything I need to and summon the Ice Titan. Here we go. Most of you probably already know what I'm about to do, but if you don't, you're gonna find out. I slowly make my way around to the back of the Ice Titan, for that is where the first node spawns. And then the Ice Titan does his insane vertical leap straight over my Giga. This guy should definitely play basketball. I line up the shot and boom, get my first cannon hit on the node. Line up the second shot, direct hit, first node down. The second node spawns on his shoulder. It's a little bit harder to hit because of his horn, but if you maneuver around you do hit it. Make sure to dodge his ice balls because that does freeze you and he will absolutely wreck you. He hits another insane vertical leap straight onto my Giga. While he's distracted, I managed to get a quick, easy cannon hit, and even a second one to take out the node. The last node spawns on his chest. This one's pretty easy to hit, but you've just got to be careful because you don't want to get too close, because if he freezes you or slams you, it does a crap ton of damage. And I finally hit my last cannon shot and he goes down. I now have my own Alpha Ice Titan. This tame was actually fairly easy, you just have to be patient. I'll quickly explain what just happened for those that don't know. The Ice, Forest, and Desert Titan can all be tamed by destroying 3 corrupted nodes. The Ice Titan has one on its right leg, then its shoulder, then its chest. The Forest has one on each shoulder and then his chin. And then the Desert Titan has 3 all on top of it, one either side at the front and the last on its tail. They are only temporary tames, just like the Titanosaur, and they're pretty much necessary for defeating the King Titan. I take the Ice Titan back to base to keep it safe, and it will naturally heal up to full health. You don't have to do anything. I don't even think you can feed these guys anything either. On the evening of that same day, I go to tame the Forest Titan. I had quite a lot more trouble with this guy, just because he's so much taller than the Ice Titan, and both of the nodes are on top of his shoulders. So when you shoot the cannon module, if you're too close, it won't reach high enough, which was super frustrating. So in order to hit the cannon on the Forest Titan, like you see here, you've just got to get a lot more distance, which can make it hard as well because the cannon shoots so slow. But here I've taken off the first arm, and then I take down the second arm, and when he gets to this spot over here, he just freezes up, and he didn't move for the rest of the fight. So I was able to just sit there and shoot at the nodule until he tamed. And when he tamed, he came out as an alpha, and what that means is when you tame them, you can get an alpha, beta, or gamma, and that just depends on how much damage you do to them. If you do not very much damage, you'll get an alpha, so it's best to try and only hit the nodes and nothing else. If you do too much damage, they'll become beta or gamma, and that just means they'll come out with less health and a little bit less damage. I think Alpha has 700k health, and Beta is 450k health, I think, for the Forest Titan. So it definitely makes a big difference. It's worth trying to do it properly. And here you can see how annoying the Forest Titan is to walk back to base. He gets stuck on everything, and he doesn't have a jump like the Ice Titan. It's extremely painful. It took me a long time to get him up, and by the time I got him to the center, I just ditched him there because I couldn't be bothered anymore. I found a purple drop, and I have the perfect tame for it, being the Ice Titan. Look at that damage, 50k in one hit.
That's a lot of damage.
So yeah, obviously this was super easy drop. I did it until wave 14, I think. You can do the purple drops, I don't know how long for, but I think at wave 14 it caps out at how much loot you can get. And honestly, the loot was pretty disappointing. I definitely got more than I usually do, but the quality was about the same. Honestly, wasn't that worth it. And then I ended the day by taking the Ice Titan all the way up to the King Titan's terminal. He's got to heal up, and this was a super easy trip, obviously because of the jump. He just flies up there, it's great. Unlike the Forest Titan, which you'll see shortly. So here I'm taking the Forest Titan up to the King Titan terminal, and the first route I got stuck, second route I got stuck, and then I did a bit of scouting and found a way that I thought he probably wouldn't get stuck in. So I was making my way there, and I just kept getting stuck on all the Gigas and Rexes, and it doesn't help that the Forest Titan doesn't deal that much damage. Like 4k is only just more than my Gigas. He does one attack that's like 20k damage, but you can only do it once every like 20 seconds. And here's me getting stuck on these weird vines that I don't understand, so I had to go around. And then, yeah, this happened.
Are you kidding?
Oh, I just spent like an hour getting to that spot. Flipping heck.
So yeah, after over an hour of running around on the Forest Titan, the game just flipping crashed. And then I got back in, and somehow the Wyverns, I don't know how this even happens, they got me stuck in the air on these vines again. And at this point, if it actually got stuck, I was ready to just throw in the towel and ditch the Forest Titan there. But I did get out, and eventually I got up top, and it was all good. Then on day 77, it was time for the final tame, being the Desert Titan. I'm using the Quetzal method. If you haven't seen it, you can probably just YouTube it. You just put these foundations down, and it protects you from the lightning shocks. And what you do is you just get the flock to target you, and you sit underneath the little node, and the Desert Titan will electrocute its own nodes. So you literally don't have to do anything other than just sit there. Sometimes it'll try and tail whack you or bite you, so you have to be careful, and it will move around, but it's not too difficult, it just takes kind of a long time. Then on the final node at the back on its tail, for some reason the flock wasn't targeting me at all. I stood around for like 10-15 minutes and couldn't work out why, so I just googled it. And apparently this happens, and all you have to do is go on top of the Desert Titan and wait for the flock to target you. And just before the lightning strikes, just move out of the way and it will hit the node. It takes a little bit more effort, but again, it's not too hard. And at this point, the Desert Titan had just frozen still, like the Forest Titan. So it was pretty easy. And because you're not doing any damage to the Desert Titan, it will instantly come out as an alpha, which again is very good. The Desert Titan was an absolute dream to get to the King Titan terminal, obviously because it flies, just goes over the top of everything, and after the Forest Titan debacle, this was extremely nice. All of day 78 and 79 I spent in the Forbidden Zone just farming corrupted hearts. I need a total of 750 hearts to do the Gamma, Beta, and then the Alpha King Titan. If you're wondering why, for some reason Ark decided that to do the Alpha King Titan, you have to kill the Beta, and then obviously to do the Beta King Titan, you have to kill the Gamma. So you have to do all three variants. I'm not sure why they did that, because they haven't done that on any other map, but yeah, you need 750 hearts. After the 2 days of farming tributes and hearts, I've got everything I need to defeat all three Titans. So on day 80, I'm up at the King Titan terminal to defeat the Gamma. I've got about 100 gigas, which I'm not going to use for Gamma because it's not really necessary. The three Titans are more than enough to take it down. So here we are, and I'm ready to go.
Titans aren't going in, but that's okay. The Ice Titan is doing serious damage. My gigas are getting hit. Ah. Holy crap. It's almost dead. Man, the Ice Titan absolutely claps. Another big punch. I think one more hit. Nice.
The Gamma King Titan went down very easily, even though it was just the Ice Titan fighting him. I definitely made a mistake by bringing up the Gigas early. They all just got launched off the platform because of the Mega Punch. I didn't realize how big the area effect was, but that's okay.
Okay, now it's the evening of day 80, and I'm ready to do the Beta King Titan. I've got my mech with the rocket pod module, and I've got all the gigas back. They all went flying. Yeah, so I think I'll lead the gigas in first, and then hopefully the other Titans actually attack this time, because they didn't before. So yeah, I think it should be fun. Let's do it. Go, let's go. Is this where he does a mega punch? Holy crap. That's a lot of dead gigas. Don't knock me off the edge. Oh, okay, cool. And he's down. Nice. Heck yes. It's now day 81 and I'm ready to do the alpha. I've got my mechs ready to go for the mega mech. Titans are still alive. Desert Titan's almost dead, but the other two are pretty good. And pretty much all of my gigas are dead except maybe like 2 or 3. So let's do it. Oh yeah, mega mech! Holy crap, this thing is huge. What? Why did I just dismount me? Ugh. One more hit. No. 3, 2, 1. Kill it! Let's go. Earth is saved.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Extinction completed. Thank you to everyone that stuck around to the end of the video. I've really been enjoying recording and making these, and the fact that so many people are enjoying them too makes it even better. Stay tuned for Genesis Part 1, as I'm already getting stuck into it and hope to get videos out a little quicker. Once again, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Absolutely beautiful. Go on, take a look. It's finally begun. The arcs are coming home. Each one carries with it the seeds of new life. Plants, animals, and humans. And these seeds will take root across the far corners of the world. Once they do, all that life will be unleashed. From there, it will spread, grow, and thrive. And this planet, our home, will bloom once more. As for the rest of the infection, well, the arcs can take it from here. In time, they'll purge every last bit of it from its soil. But make no mistake, this is all thanks to you. I'm just glad I got to see it. Look at that. Sun's rising.